Flare off. My Wife Is Right. Did not get the break right. Stumbled badly and drops to the back. Innovator had no problem. Shoots to the front. Kale's Angel will take a hold as Innovator strides clear by a length and a tail. And Kale's Angel is now in chase mode second. A line of three right behind them. Perfect Magic, Three Echoes, and Texas Creed to the inside of the Asmussen pair. My Wife Is Right. Can see them all just 5 or 6 from first to last as they hit the far turn. Innovator goes off as the 1-2 choice and rounds the far turn. Went 22-4, so not that fast of a pace. But here comes Kale's Angel, attempts to make a race of it. Innovator a neck in front. Kale's Angel right there to the outside as they hit the quarter pole, and they are deadlocked coming to the top of the lane. Kale's Angel putting up a challenge today. Innovator being asked to produce a run, but Kale's Angel just breezed right on by. And Kale's Angel with a nice kick today hits the furlong pole and shakes away. Ramon Vasquez won the Advent Stakes last year with Valentine Candy, and this year he's got a nice one. Kale's Angel wins decisively by 4. Innovator has to settle for second once again today. Perfect Magic was third, Three Echoes fourth, and then My Wife Is Right in Texas Creed.
Marco, good morning.
Good morning.
Late start, huh?
Yeah, it always is on Saturdays.
Yeah, that was my only winner yesterday. The feature, the Miller. I should have made that my pick of the day on the group text because me and Justin have been chasing that horse. We were all set to pick it last time in Del Mar over the weekend on the turf, ironically, and it scratched out of there. Ended up here. I picked it on top. Rest of the day was kind of weird. The track played like Woodbine. It was like a conveyor belt. Pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way around most of the day, except for that race. But I think Kale's Angels is just much the best in that field. The horse, the runner-up was a maiden. So, what's going on there?
Got little guy here.
The little guy.
Yeah. Here.
That explains the late start.
So
anyway, the track was playing kind of speedy. And if that's any indication of what might happen today, I kind of adjusted some of my handicapping accordingly. So let's dive into the race card. Actually, I want to talk about the weather. How is it looking down there?
Another beautiful day. Actually, it's a little bit warmer today.
Okay.
Sunny.
Good. We want a fast track.
So it's nothing really is going to change.
Okay. Good.
So,
all right, let's dive into the race card. Let's get the first race out of the way here. I got your picks. Obviously, everybody, when we do our picks, Marco emails me his picks. I don't look at his picks until I handicap the card, and then I kind of put it together. And a lot of these first races are similar, I noticed. Starting off with race 1 here. We both land on the 7. And the 7 is Boogie Woogie Gal for Cipriano Contreras. Esquivel had a good day yesterday, 4 mounts, and he won a race, ran second, and got a third. This horse here is going to obviously show a lot of speed from the outside post. Speed fade 2 back at 5.5, and last time got the lead again, kind of got tired. So it's kind of a normal theme with this one to show a little speed and fade out, but it's dropping out of that maiden special. Ran for 32 back. Now we're all the way down to 20 here at OAKLAWN. And the way the track was playing yesterday, I would believe that this horse is going to be very tough to beat. Now it is 8 to 5 morning line, so there's not much in here in a short field. If we get a scratch, it's going to be shorter. But yeah, the 7 is where we both landed.
You know, and it says a lot because a lot of times I think we try to beat the favorites. In this case, I just don't think it's possible. Plus, I mean, you He's been working out pretty good, and then he came here for a local drill. And I mean, I think this horse is all systems go.
Yeah, that drill last time was pretty good locally. Even the work at Indiana Grand going into the last race, it's been a good workhorse lately, and I like that move at OAKLAWN here on November 29th. So, I mean, being on the outside, you know how I like that in sprints. Especially in the shorter field, you can just see everything develop. You can get the lead. You can do what you want out there. You don't have to get pinned on the rail. The other obvious speed horses with Harry Hernandez. Harry Hernandez has got a win yesterday. He's a great Texas jock. He's up here. Looks like he's got his tack at OAKLAWN. The 5, I think, is going to also show some speed. And, the last race, not sure what happened there. Had some issues. It was claimed out of that race. It ends up here. They're adding the hood. It's another one that could maybe show a little bit of zip with our favorite on the outside.
Yeah, and I also want to make a note on the 3 horse here. Getting back to dirt, showed some speed fade, and his first race of his career ran against Adamantly, who ran second in the opener yesterday, who runs pretty well pretty much all the time. That's a horse to kind of look out for.
Right. Yeah, so Tom says, hey, the most positive thing that happened to me yesterday was eating my first uppercut of the season at Rockies.
Hey, there you go.
Nice job, Tom.
Yeah, Rockies.
The uppercut, that's a good one. That one has a combination, right, of beef and like Italian sausage or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it does. All right. Nice job, Tom. So, yeah, when I go down there, I've kind of gone gluten-free, so I get the cauliflower crust or the gluten-free crust that they got down there now. So,
one of my personal favorites is the Roundhouse. But
Roundhouse.
Yeah, that's another good sandwich.
All right, let's go to race 2. Race 2, I think we have a similar theme here. Race 2, it's a $10,000 claiming event.
Alex.
$33,000 purse, 6 panels. We both land on the 1 horse here. Mr. Puck or
Mr. Puck.
You could say Pook or you could say Puck. John Ortiz. John Ortiz has won a lot of big races the last couple of years. He's been pretty good at OAKLAWN. This horse ran a good debut race at OAKLAWN. The post isn't ideal for me, but I just think it's by far the fastest horse in the race and can just bust out and easily go gate the wire in this field. I don't think there's anything else that's going to be able to compete with him early.
Me either. This race I actually didn't even have to look at too long. This horse should have an easy lead and go.
Sorry about that, guys. Let me mute Marco there. Anyway, yeah, John Ortiz, he's good at OAKLAWN. He does a lot of good things there. This one, the one negative with this one would be the $10,000 price tag. It could be a negative move here. Maybe there's something wrong with it, but it's for sale. And there you go, Mark. I unmuted you, but I was just mentioning that this horse, there was a negative class drop on here, but
I saw that.
It's in a spot where, hey, let's win this race and move on type of thing. I mean, does it get claimed? Is there going to be a voided claim? I don't know. I would imagine that it's going to be good enough today to win.
Might not be nothing wrong. Maybe the horse just isn't.
Well, I mean, for 10,000, I mean, that's really going down the ladder.
Yeah, maybe they just realize he's not an allowance horse and want to see what he can do, wake him up a little bit.
Well, he won at Belterra.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Belterra, but he won there.
Yeah, it's Belterra, though.
Yeah, but I came back to him because of the debut here. The debut was good. I had some time off from that debut, came back, ran really well. the Indiana Grand race, it could have been the surface, maybe. I don't know what the track bias was that day. It says 15. I don't know if that was fast or slow. 45-1 is fast no matter where you're running. It says here it got bumped a little bit last time. So I would imagine just bust out of the gate and go. Principe Carlo is a horse that, Lee Barocio used to have out west. It used to be a really nice, classy, stake horse out there. It's gone backwards. Maybe on class it could upset the one if the one's not ready to roll out of the gate. I think that's one of the other obvious ones. The 5, it's coming from out west, and California Speed out there just missed for 10. I thought it was logical. It's probably a healthy animal, and they want to ship out here and try and get that purse here and get claimed. Now, when you train horses out in Arkansas at OAKLAWN, it's not the worst thing in the world if you have a large string to have a horse get claimed off you, because then you're first in line for that waiver claim. So not the waiver claim, but there's a pool. There's 2 pools of claimers. If you've had a horse claimed off you, you go into the first claiming pool, like you get first crack, so to speak. And then if you've never gotten a horse claimed off you, then you have to be in that secondary pool. So if that makes sense to everybody out there, it's advantageous to have a horse claimed off you if you want to claim future horses at the meet.
I think it's stupid, but
you don't like it? Okay.
No, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's one of the rules that they have there.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, race 3. Race 3 is 2-year-old maidens, 30,000, 6 panels. I'll let you start off.
I landed on what is this? Number 9.
I did as well, which is crazy because this is not an obvious pick, and we actually landed on the same combination.
Crema. Is that Sweet La Crema? First time starter. Now, if you got to go probably digging into the bloodlines on this animal, and
I did.
It's got some pretty decent siblings here. And then one of the reasons why I picked it was, let's see here, if you go back to the formulator here, it's from the Curlin sire side.
Well, yeah, I got a sibling that was a winner on debut, and I got 2 other siblings that won second time out. So they're pretty precocious early. And I don't know what kind of gate speed it's going to have out there. I just thought the 10-1 was good. I looked at the Hartman runner. It looks like a nicely bred animal, and it's 5-2 morning line with Torres, and it's probably going to take a lot of money, but I wanted to go with the other one that might command a bigger price with siblings that have done well running early. Even the ones that won second time out, I think they ran second first asking, and the other one won first asking. So
this one definitely has the family tree to back it up. And you're getting 10-1 morning line, and that's pretty juicy, considering the field, and you really have to dig deep in here to find it. Like I'm looking at Miss Brazil, one of the sisters here, and that's from the same Curlin, not the same sire, but the same family,
right?
And then that horse, 4-time winner out of 9 races, pretty nice, including stakes placed and a stakes winner.
Yeah, we'll dig into this a little bit. So formulator is really cool because you can see all the bloodlines and past performances of siblings. So here's one that won first asking. It was on grass, but immediately went to stakes company. Didn't fare well, but it was precocious right off the bat. Here's one that won second time out with a 93 speed figure. Yeah, the one you're talking about. And this one's pretty classy animal here. And here's another one that just missed by a neck, won next time out. So you could see that these horses are doing well. These this bloodline, these siblings are doing well. First or second time out. So that's the hope here. And at 10-1, again, in for 30. Why not?
It's jockey trainer are very capable too. So it's I'm not like discouraged on that selection either. So
yeah, I mean, there's really nowhere else to go. I mean, you can look at the 3 here, who's 3-1 morning line, kind of boring. Showed some zip. That was kind of the theme from yesterday. So maybe reasons to believe that you would want to land on this one here. But it's got the bug on there. The bug did do well yesterday with 2 seconds. It's an obvious kind of pick that might get overbet.
So you're telling me that we have the same picks in the first 3 races?
On top, and then this race,
that's what I'm saying.
And we have the exact same straight exacta. Maybe we do. I'll definitely box these 2. I don't know if I'll just do 9 over the 3 straight, but I'll probably box these 2 in this race. Tom brought up something from the claiming thing there. The combination of the purse size and you get the preference claim makes me less scared of low droppers. So that's a good point. The purses at OAKLAWN are pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You could use that preference claim to drop on a much higher value horse. Good input. All right, let's move on to race 4. I think we're different on this one, finally. This is a 10,000 claiming event going 6 panels for 3-year-olds and up. In race 4, I landed on the 4 horse here. The 4 is Guided Arrow. And Guided Arrow, Cipriano Contreras is, I talked about him a little bit last year. He used to be an assistant trainer for Mike Revis up in Illinois. He went on his own, and he's done really well. 21% trainer from 242 starts so far this year. He did really well at OAKLAWN last year and other circuits. This one here should be a little bit closer, I think. It's been running in really fast, like A other thans. It's down for 10 here. The purse in this race is 33,000, so it's not that much different from those allowance races that it's been running in. And like I mentioned before, I think it's claimed. It's a 5-year-old. I don't think this outfit's going to care. He owns it and trains it, and he can get that first preference. I would imagine that this horse would get claimed today, and I think it's going to be tough to beat. You landed on the 1 who's my backup.
Yeah, the Ingrid Mason runner. Haven't really seen her around much.
She's at Remington.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, the races. She was in Chicago. She went down to Remington. She left the meet there probably halfway through the Chicago meet. She was in the barn right next to Danny, 1 barn over.
And I like I like Isaac Castillo, runner, jockey. I mean, this horse is making a little drop here. It's got a couple of these recent races over at Remington. Ran well. It has a win, at OAKLAWN as well. It's younger, lighter race than some of these in here. A lot of times I like to take like a just a little bit older of a horse, not too old, not like 5 Deflator who's 9 years old and only 4 wins, but something with a little bit of experience and grit to it, to him. So, but I landed on Ingrid here. I think she has this horse pretty much in good form and should be setting a pretty good trip.
Yeah, well, last year it ran in really tough races. It won a maiden debut here for 60,000.
Yeah.
It came from way out of. I mean, this horse was 20 lengths out in a 6-panel sprint. I mean, that's you don't see that too often. It won the race, and then it dwelt that day actually, which is kind of crazy. And it was off a step slower than its next start, and against much tougher I mean, that was a tough race.
Yeah, remember Rivet?
Yeah, yeah, that
American
was the
Outlaw.
yeah, that's the Asmussen runner Rivet, and we were on that horse, and it paid us well. I think it was a good price that day. Let me go back and look. I remember we were like, yeah, it was 6-1 that day, almost 7-1. But that's a really nice horse. It's done some good things. But it's it's in the one hole. I don't know like if it's got the natural speed to get in position. It might get tangled up down there a little bit. It's gonna have to really work out a trip from down there. I did like it a little bit, just on class and the fact that it won here, and the other race was really against good horses, like we said. When you dwelt and your office step slow, I don't like that stuff. It looks like it kind of figured a little bit of that out, a little bit. It's definitely going to be mid-pack. That wasn't the theme yesterday. So we'll see. We'll see how the track plays too. I mean, I'm assuming it's not going to be too much different from yesterday, but we'll find out. All right. The 9 was your backup. Do you want to mention anything real quick? Man on the Moon. Thomas Vance.
Not much. Not really. I'm betting the 1. I'm not doing any exactas or multi-race.
Okay.
I'm not really going to bet a whole lot on that race right there.
Yeah.
On race 4, I really don't like it that much. If that makes sense to anybody out there, when it should. So I'm going to save some money on that race and just bet a little bit.
Gotcha. All right, race 5. We're a little bit different here. I've got the 8. You've got the 12. Let's kick us off with the Jaeger's Strategy. Whoa. Tell me what you like about this one, because it's 20-1. It's got no speed whatsoever. And you're way out on the outside. I gotta hear this, because
I've been watching this horse since debut. I actually I had the horse on debut at 6-1. Had some traffic steadied. Okay, then it stepped up in the mud, maiden special weight. Didn't do anything, obviously. Lost by 20 lengths. Dropped back down and didn't ran middle of the pack. So it's just learning how to race. And then the very last race that he had, he got sandwiched and went back and didn't recover from that.
Yeah.
Now he's in for 20, a little bit less. And I don't think we've seen the best race of Jaeger Strategy's career yet. And I think he's better than what his form says. And we're getting a very nice price at 20-1. So this is a horse that couldn't blow up the tote board, and everybody's scratching their head how this horse went.
Well, yeah, it's dropping down. It ran against Hall and Ice and horses like that last year.
And Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good
hit scene. Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good horses.
So I'll give you that. And this is look, I picked a bomb too. This is an Arkansas state bred, like just goofy race, and I moved over to Willie Cat. And Tata is going to have this horse at Rockies.
Yes. I almost landed on this,
and that's not why I picked it. But my aunt, for everybody out there, she picks any horse that's a cat, and she actually had a cat named Willie. So
yes, that's the first thing
I know she's going to pick this horse, but that's not why I picked it. A lot of these Arkansas breds, like I told you, they take the year off. You look at this field. Just look at this field. The one, okay, we got a race under our belt at Indiana Grand, Cipriano Contreras. That one's going to be formidable, but it's one that doesn't have speed. But look, the 2, we haven't seen it since April last year. The 3, we haven't seen it since Canterbury. The 4, OAKLAWN. The 5, OAKLAWN last year. The 6, not since September. The 7, OAKLAWN last year. My 8, OAKLAWN last year. The 9, OAKLAWN last year. The 10's got some recency, just hasn't been running very very
That's
good
my
at a lower level.
That's my backup pick, the 10.
Yeah,
so.
it's got some recency, but it's it ran against Open Company for 10. Now it's over here for 20, and then
there's a trip.
Point being,
10, by the way.
Point being, these horses always take these breaks off. Anyway, with Willie Cat, look, it ran in a maiden special in a tough race. When I say tough, tough for these type of Archie breds. That was a 2-year-old race. So 2-year-olds don't run on Lasix at all. Now it's dropping all the way down. They added the hood. The workout tab is not bad for these types. I mean, I like the one on November 12th.
That was pretty normal.
That was a good move on. In March last year, it was even working out good, but that move on November 12th was good. The last work was pretty decent out of the gate. 12-1, I'll take that. I think this colt was probably gelded. It doesn't say there's the date. Yeah. So it was gelded actually before that last race, but it's had some time to grow up, figure things out, more mature. And Randy Morse, he's a decent trainer and fast kids. I like the connections here, and why not? It ran on a sloppy track that day.
Yeah, I mean, look, with the first 4 races, we landed on short prices. You think we're going to go through the card without any bombs?
Well, this race has got bomb written all over it. If Cipriano Contreras doesn't win on the 1 hole, then anything can happen. The 7 was my backup. It's the favorite, and it's going to have the lead. I just don't trust it.
Yeah, the 10, my backup has a little trip known in the last race, and that's why I selected that one. Got pinballed to the back, and then
I probably like your backup better than mine.
I do. Honestly, you never know. That horse could run like shit this time around, and who knows?
The only reason why I picked the 7, I got an obscure trainer, but Torres got the mount, so I was like, okay, maybe he's working this horse out and kind of likes how it's moving. Stuff.
Yeah. So pretty much, you want to go deep.
Yeah.
You want to go deep in your multi-race wagering there.
OAKLAWN was earlier this year, ending in May. What does that mean?
It ended in May.
Yeah, I know that. Morse had 2 wins yesterday. There you go, Tommy. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I respect Morris a lot, and I think he's got a shot with that runner there. All right, race 6. That ends the pick 5. I don't know. You guys can throw some combinations together. That race, I would suggest you go deep in. Take a hard look at our picks there. Race 6 is an allowance race. 130 grand, 6 panels. Fillies, 3-year-olds and up. Fillies and mares. Let's see. I landed on the 10 here. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one that I had the. I liked this runner a lot. This is one I had a trip note on from OAKLAWN, and I played this horse that day. Lost to Percy, who was a nice filly too. Was claimed out of this race for $50,000, and they bring it here. This filly was on a 6-race winning streak going into that race, and it just didn't have a very good. I don't know. It didn't have a very good. Here, we'll watch a replay. It was a 3-horse here.
Waiting now for White Lies. She's in. They're all in the gate. They're off. From the outside, Beehive for the lead. Percy right there. Percy takes the lead. Up along the rail, there goes Wilma Man Killer now with a rush. And it's Wilma Man Killer to take the lead. Percy second, Beehive out there third, far outside. First Hill moves up
I don't like
fourth.
early move
Long
after
Tall
breaking
Woman
slow.
fifth. In a distant trailer right now, White Lie. She's more than 20 lengths behind the leader with a half mile to run. Wilma Mankiller leads a neck. Beehive right there pressuring her second. Here's First Hill now ranging up on the outside. Third, Percy still right there along the rail. And then it's 2.5 lengths back to Long Tall Woman, still far back. White Lies. They're at the top of the stretch. Wilma Mankiller, Beehive alongside.
Got pushed out here.
Around the turn, they're in the stretch. Wilma Mankiller has the lead. Up on the outside, Beehive. Now Beehive takes the lead. Wilma Mankiller trying to fight back. Here comes Percy now closing. And on the outside, First Hill finding a good stride. Inside the final furlong, the Boyce runners are 1-2 coming to the wire with Percy now getting the lead.
And just runs
Percy doing
evenly
it.
to the wire. I'll
Beehive
show you a
was
head
second,
on.
Then it's going to be tight for third between First Hill and Woman Mankiller. Third is very tight.
Watch the 3 here. Let's see if we right here. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's just enough against a field like that. And then you're kind of advancing a little bit too early. So I went with the 10 here. This runner likes to win. It's 20-1. And it's claimed for this race. Ship it down here. I like these Hawthorne shippers. We saw one yesterday. It was the speed of the speed. I got an easier lead than I thought. I thought some others would go with it. I forgot the race, but there was a Hawthorne shipper yesterday that paid $56, and it's a pretty good horse. And so these Hawthorne shippers early on can do well at OAKLAWN. You landed on the 11.
Key to success, yes. She ran here last year, and I watched this horse over the course of the season, and then taken her a couple times. Ran pretty good. She's hit the board a few times here at OAKLAWN. I think there's plenty of speed to set her up today for a nice run. You catching a little bit of weight, but this was a race that I thought could really, it's going to be all about the pace and the trip. I think where the setup is, she should definitely appreciate it. And the last couple drills leading up to this, I have no problem seeing that she's not ready. So I think she's definitely primed up. Hopefully she doesn't need the one race, and come up short. So
yeah, the races at OAKLAWN were okay. Last year it went right to Thistledown and dominated by 8-2 and got some good figures and ran through the allowance conditions. Tried the stake, that didn't work out. Came back, got a second, and then it won last time out. But being out in the 11 hole, not showing as much speed as normal, I'd like to see it be at least run like it did last time at Thistledown. And if the work tab is any indication, maybe that will be the case. It might show a little bit more.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to see 10 lengths back.
Yeah, I mean, last year,
I don't care what horse it is, unless it's Zenyatta. I never want to see that.
Right.
But
my backup was the one, the Thomas Vance runner, Rocco Bone. Rocco Bone won one yesterday. Oh, Rocco Bone, actually, you know what? Tom brought up a good point. Yeah.
Rocco Bone, go ahead.
Yeah, Rocco Bone. Tom brought it up. I talked about that the Hawthorne Invader, Empire Builder. He was on that runner. 56. It was my backup pick, by the way. I did like it, but I just thought it was going to be a little bit too spicy. The track played for speed, and it got an easier lead than I thought it would, and it held off the favorite. What did you want to say about Rocco?
Yeah, that was the race. I was actually in the car. I went to the track live for one race yesterday, and on the way back, I put my bet in on the phone.
Okay.
And this was the one where I messed up my pick. As everything got all messed up, moral of the story is I put the wrong number in. And
oh, Jesus. On your phone or something? You fat fingered it?
Yeah, and when that horse won, and I came in second in that race, I got happy, and then I went back and I was like, "What the heck happened?" I know I wasn't much. It was just a small trifecta, but it paid $189.50.
That's terrible, Marco.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a.
But yeah, that was a nice selection yesterday.
Marco, I'm gonna get me some coffee. If you want to take a smoke, we'll come right back.
I'll refill the coffee.
Like 2 minutes. I gotta get another cup of coffee here. Is that cool?
All right, let's roll.
I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna watch a replay of. All right. You all right over there, buddy?
Yeah, I just hit my head on the light fixture.
Oh boy. All right, so yeah, the next race, we got like the same picks but reversed, and I want to play the replays of the last two races of these. This is going to be an awesome race. This is the one I'm probably most interested in watching because I think it's a 2-horse race, and I think it's going to be a showdown between these two.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, and let's start off with the race at Churchill in June. Oh, forget it. I forgot. We can't watch replays on Formulator with these two.
Oh, yeah. So you got to go to RTN.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. We'll watch the last race. Like the salt. Now, I'm Wide Awake crushed like a salt shaker at Churchill in that race I was going to show you. And then back at Hawthorne, like a salt shaker crushed my horse. So they each crushed each other in this calendar year. And this is the best out of 3 today.
They're off.
Yeah, this is gonna be a
Twirling
fun,
Rose is
fun
going out
race.
for the
Match
lead
race.
also right there. I'm Wide Awake and moving 3 deep up the backstretch. Congrats on 50. Like a Salt Shaker moves up out there 4th, and then it's Richie's on a roll 5th, Swift as I Am 6th. Comiskey Park is the early trailer. They're covered by 8 or 9 lengths as they move around the far turn. On the inside, I'm Wide Awake. On the outside, congrats on 50. Head and head, nose and nose for the lead. 2.5 lengths back. Like a Salt Shaker is 3rd. Twirling Roses losing a bit of ground 4th. Going by that one is Richie's on a roll. Around the turn, they're in a stretch. Congrats on 53 deep. Towards the inside, Like a Salt Shaker between those two. I'm Wide Awake. Like a Salt Shaker now takes the lead a furlong out. Then it's I'm Wide Awake. Congrats on 50 dropping back. Here's a late move by Richie's on a roll. Like a Salt Shaker, one of the main track, got it and gets the victory.
Boy, I tell you what,
Like a Salt Shaker,
that race set up perfect
Richie's
for
on a
like
roll,
a
Yeah.
salt
finished
there.
second, tight for
I mean,
third.
the rail
Between
opened
Wide
up.
Awake
You got
and
pressure
Swift
on
as
the
I Am.
lead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Look, they both beat the crap out of each other the last 2 times they faced each other. I was pinned on the rail. Those fractions were pretty quick. I mean, that was pretty insane. I held on for 3rd. Like a Salt Shaker is a real nice runner. And, Brittany Vandenberg, she shipped this one all over the place and done pretty good. She's won Keeneland and Churchill in the last 2 starts with it. And the last race was really good. Just kind of sat off and just crushed the field. Keen Cat came back next time and won next time out. Got an 87 in its own right as well, or 85 by our speed figure. So ran the same race and won. But I don't know. I just think that I like where I was pinned on the rail last time with the 5. I'm Wide Awake, and there's some speed to the inside. I think I can at least be on the outside and pressure something down there. I got Christian Torres, and maybe I can get a good spot and fight you off late. I mean, I admit that there's plenty of speed in here, but I should be the speed of the speed on a track that was speed favoring yesterday. And I don't know. I think both of these are going to be right down to the wire, nose and nose together. Anything to add?
Not much. Like you already said, I think this is a 2-horse race. Let's just see who gets to the wire first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be a fun race. We'll see how it develops. I wish I could have showed you guys a replay of my pick crushing I'm a Salt Shaker at Churchill, but Churchill Downs, I don't know. We can't watch replays on Formulator, among other things.
Because Churchill sucks. I have one good race a year.
Don't tell Justin do that. All right, we got a 2-year-old maiden special weight. This is one of those restricted races, I believe, for horses. Let me see what the condition is of this. Horses which have sold for $75,000 or less, or that were RNA'd at a sale for $75,000 or less at an auction. So you're not going to have a $1 million, Bob Baffert in here, or Chad Brown or Todd Pletcher or whoever else. There's going to be some nice horses in here.
Some nice horses here.
I landed on the 4 here, the McPeak runner. 1 sib, 1 first time out at first asking, and had a nice work here on the 27th. That's all I'm going by. Connections, you got Le Peru and McPeak. You got a sibling that did well first asking. You got a beautiful drill on November 27th with another beautiful drill out of the gate on December 3rd. That's all I got for you. You got the 7.
Yes. Hold on. All right. Computer's running a little slow. This is this is the Asmussen first timer. And I went and I looked at the some siblings here, and this horse's mother was very game. I mean, graded stakes winner.
Yeah, see that.
And also, you got some siblings. One, a stakes winner, one first time out.
Yeah, Cambria won first asking at Presque Isle, and then won an allowance, and then won a stake. So
you got
Kentucky Downs. Wow.
And you got another runner that's banked over 200,000, and then another sibling that ran very well.
Oh yeah, second time out at one.
So this, and I mean, and this runner is in very good hands.
Of course, Asmussen is the all-time leading trainer, right? And wasn't he the? Didn't he win the trainer's title last year at OAKLAWN?
I think he did.
Yeah. So,
and he was actually going for the owner's title as well. But he's got to have more, but more runners. But yeah, I just think this is one that could win, early.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Very well bred. Very well bred. And you're getting 5-2. It might be. I think Brad Cox is going to be overbet. A lot of times he is. So obviously, but he's good at what he does.
Yeah, the Brad Cox runner.
Yeah,
I threw that one underneath.
I do have that one underneath too, but
I think we have the obvious horses. Your 3 is the other horse we didn't talk about.
No, I don't have
Frack Baby.
I don't have the 3.
Oh, you don't have the 3?
No,
I have the 3. My bad. No. I have the 3. You have the 6.
Yeah, I took the Brad Cox one just because of his.
Yeah, that's the one. The Brad Cox. Yeah, I have the 3. Frack Baby. Yeah, so the trainer stats with the 2-year-olds is what I was looking at. You have Christian Torres, and that was pretty much my thinking there at 15-1. They win at 35% together, Compton and Christian Torres.
Can I have one juice, please?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to race 9. Get this late pick 5 out of the way. This is a stake race. The Ring Bell. Is that what that?
Yeah, the ring the bell stakes. Yeah.
Is this a newer stake?
Yeah, that bell. They have that bell out there now. They ring it after the races
For the Aftercare Alliance thing?
Yeah, if you ever, you noticed that.
Okay, all right, because I don't remember the stake race all my years going to OAKLAWN.
And this year, I read that Cody Photography is going to match every time someone rings that bell. They're going to match the donation this year. They're the photography company for OAKLAWN that does.
Oh, nice. I like they do a good job with their photos.
Mm-hmm. They do. I mean, it's one thing they do right over there.
Yeah. Okay, I landed on the 4-horse here. Disco Ball. Disco Ball is fast as hell. Second off a layoff, and it won. It beat Tejano Twist, who you know a lot about.
Yep.
Look, this there's no secret. Catch me if you can. I'm going straight to the front. And if you reel me in, you reel me in. This horse will have the lead. And I think it might be rounding. I mean, it's a 7-year-old, but it might just keep that form and might run even better here. I'm just hoping. It's never run here at OAKLAWN. But to see a 7-year-old come off that little layoff like that and just pop like that, I like that a lot. And maybe it's got a real big race here. I don't know if it regresses later on in the meet, but I feel like today it's going to run one of its best races of its career. And if the track plays like it did yesterday, it's going to be really tough. And by the way, I just noticed, I didn't even see this. It's coming in on a 5-race winning streak. So that's interesting. Boarded claim March of, a year ago, last year, 9 months ago. But they figured things out, came back in June and won, and then won on the slop and bang out race out there at Saratoga, and then gave it a little rest and popped here in December at Churchill, and they're wheeling it right back here. Short rest. So let's see what happens.
Hey, nothing wrong with that guy whatsoever.
Yeah, I think you might get your best race, and like I said, I don't know what's going to happen after today, but today it's going to have the lead, and it's going to be tough to handle out there on the front end. I just, we'll see what happens with it shipping in and, off the short rest here.
I see that you have Happy as a choice underneath.
Yep.
So that's my top pick. I mean, this one beat Skelly last out, and
that's all you have to say.
So I was like, I'm gonna give him another shot here. Why not? Good. Looks like a good runner.
Yeah,
can run at OAKLAWN.
Daddy, you see that dragon?
Yeah, I see the dragon.
That's the one I have.
Yeah, listen, we're not talking about dragons. We're talking about horses, buddy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the one I like it in my game right now.
Okay.
Nice job, Otso.
Can you get me it?
Yeah, Christmas is
It's
coming.
at that store.
Tell him to go pray to Santa Claus for the toy, and he'll get it. That's what I did. I got an Imperial Walker when I was 6 years old. I prayed to it. Santa. Mom had a Santa like thing on the wall for Christmas, and I prayed for an Imperial Walker from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, the problem is we don't pray to Santa over here, and he knows Santa's full of shit.
No, come on, man.
Hey,
it's Santa Claus.
Yeah, I know, but
and then anyway, I got an Imperial Walker.
No, he gets
for Christmas. For Christmas, and that was awesome. Anyway, yeah, that was my backup's the obvious pick. It's in the 1 hole, which I hate. But yeah, I mean, when you beat Skelly.
I mean, I'm going to need a little help, to kind of like throw a wrench in Disco Ball's plans here. And hopefully I can get that from the Asmussen runner on the outside a little bit, maybe. Just to
Look
put
at that work.
Little pressure.
Look at that work. Look at that work you got.
Oh, I know. I mean, and local too. So, and that last race just jumps off the page too. I just don't know if that's inflated because Churchill likes to do.
Well, you've had plenty of time to regroup from that. While my horse was winning a race at Churchill, your horse worked an unbelievable bullet. So I think you're both going to be sharp. You have the 6 in here. Gulfport, who's the other obvious one for Asmussen. Yeah. Should just sit right off of my horse, or
just sit right off. Right.
Actually, a few horses. Actually, I think the 3 is pretty quick. But yeah, you should be laying on the outside, looming with that 6. I'm just hoping I can.
It's going to be a fun race to watch. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of value. I mean, like I think even Disco Ball probably be like a little bit less odds.
Yeah,
the 6 will be a little bit less, and then you might even get beat like 9-5 on the 1. But it's going to be a good race to watch, competitive.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the nightcap. Where this race goes off at 4:40 Central Time, 12:30 early post. Actually, 12:30 is normal post. Pretty much at OAKLAWN. This is a maiden special weight for 2-year-olds. It's one of the very few 2-year-olds maiden special weights that you're going to get. This is a 2-turn race too, so that's what was intriguing about this race. Probably got to look at some breeding angles and things like that, but we're kind of all over the place on this race. Speaking of works, we're going to start getting the Bruno with the Works video of OAKLAWN workouts free on OAKLAWN's website. Oh, that's
Really?
nice. That's great. I saw some TVG guys out there yesterday too. DeLuca was over there. I saw him at Rockies last year. But yeah, that's good info, Tom.
That is nice. That means I don't have to go and watch them all and try to figure out who they are.
This 2-year-old route race here, you landed on the 5 horse. Why don't you kick us off with Mischievous Intent for Asmussen?
Second time out, which I like. I like the combination with the jockey and the trainer. Spent a lot of money on this animal, and the dam won 5 out of 6 races with 1 second, over $1 million in earnings. It really helps to have that one start under his belt, and worked a bullet 2 back, got a little maintenance breeze last out, and I just like everything that I see about this runner. Overall, this is the one that just stuck out to me over every horse here. And if you gave me the option, hey, out of this race, if you can have one of these horses, which one are you taking? I'm taking the 5, and I'm putting the lead on it, and I'm taking it to my barn. That's the one.
Okay. I went with the 2. It's 8-1. Harry Hernandez is in the irons. This is a War of Will out of a Smart Strike mare. It ran a mile on debut, albeit a 1-turn mile at Churchill. That was a good race. They went relatively quick, 46-1 for 2-year-olds. And I like it going 2 turns here. And I like that it has a lot of speed. This horse with the short stretch of the mile is going to have every opportunity to just wire this field, ask for it a little bit more than normal, I guess, in the turn, because you got that short stretch finish line. And I'm hoping I can just go gate the wire with the 2 La Hooligan today with Harry Hernandez. That was my thinking on that. And then the 5, your top pick, was my backup, obviously, for everything that you said there, connections and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited about this last race. I'm probably gonna have. Are you gonna play the late pick 5, pick 4? Are there any carryovers of note? I didn't even look if anybody hit anything yesterday. I mean, I'm sure somebody. I don't know. There were some prices. I mean, but they weren't like hard prices to hit. Like some of them horses that paid good yesterday, they should have been added on horizontals.
Yeah, a lot of them should have. I don't know if they all were. And like, I think, the earlier pick 5 was probably, I don't know, harder to hit because of the first 3 races.
Yeah, I think it was harder to hit just for the fact that nobody could get a gauge on the track until later. You know? So if you kind of saw the writing on the wall from the first 5 races, you could kind of put things together for the last 5. But I mean, I saw that one horse. There was a horse that was the 4 yesterday that I forgot the name of the horse already, but every time it ran 8.5 furlongs, it got the lead and just died, never hit the board. That thing died and then came back. And finished,
I know.
and finished second.
That was actually that was race 4. That was cost basis. That was my
cost basis. Yeah,
that was my backup there, and that actually, I was like.
So when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa, what's going on with this track, man?" I mean,
normally that horse would have backed up and finished like 6th.
Yeah, or worse. But it ran a huge. It
kept
race.
on going. It got leg where he just kept going.
All right, both pick 5s were hit for $26K each yesterday. Yeah, I mean, you should get paid if you hit those horses in your sequence. So, I mean, you're gonna have good pulls regardless at OAKLAWN. I think a lot of people like to bet these races because we got good quality racing So what do you got? What do you got going on today?
I am going. I'm going up to Rockies. I'm gonna help out. There's a wedding order for pizzas.
Oh, okay.
So they got to deliver a bunch of pies for this wedding. So I'm actually going to go help them out with that before post time here, about noon, and then I'm going to walk across the street, play some races, hang out with the fam, and then that's pretty much it. Maybe get ready for poker game later.
Oh yeah, poker. That's good. At the church.
We will be at Rocky's Corner, right across from OAKLAWN. Get hungry, get thirsty, go in.
Good deal, man. Yeah, I'll be playing at home. There's some good college football. Now you got Penn State and Oregon in the Big Ten championship tonight.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know why, but I feel like
Penn State's going to win. As a matter of fact, I'm playing Penn State on the money line. Oregon's a fraud. Wisconsin should have beat them. With the shitty quarterback that they had, Wisconsin punched them in the mouth, and Ohio State mishandled a clock at the end of that game. Oregon should have 2 losses.
Wow. Do you think Alabama? And I agree with you. Penn State has a. I like that money line bet, but I wouldn't call Oregon a fraud. But I do like Penn State today. What do you think about Alabama being inserted as a 3-loss team at the 12 seed for the playoff?
I don't think they deserve it at all.
I'm with you on that. I think on big name alone, that's why they're.
I didn't look at the final 12, but I'm pretty sure that there's a team that's behind Alabama that absolutely got hosed.
Some people, well, it's still not done yet, I don't think. Or maybe
Okay.
it is. I think it might be done.
If you have 3 losses, you don't deserve to get in.
I'm kind of with you on that.
When there's teams out there with only 2 or 1 loss, how are you going to keep them?
Well, Miami kind of screwed things up for themselves. They had 1 loss going into the Syracuse game, and they blew that. They lost to Syracuse in a 42-38 or something like that. But Notre Dame had an early bad loss, but then they ran the table. They got 1 loss. So they've righted the ship. They've actually played good football since the Northern Illinois loss, which was mind-boggling. Yeah. But
they came on strong late. I don't know who's going to win it this year. It's up in the air to me.
It's wide open.
Whenever you see a team that you think is going to win it, they end up losing. It happened every week. So
it's wide open. Who's in the SEC championship game is Texas and Georgia. Who do you like in that game?
Oh, Texas. Come on.
Well, Georgia beat their ass earlier.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. It's I think you need to play both quarterbacks in that game. For Texas. You're gonna have to throw him in there because if the other guy can't get it done, he's like just kind of reminds me of like if you compare it to a horse race, just like a plotter.
Ewers, okay.
Yeah, he's just like boring and just no excitement. And
Arch actually, unlike Peyton and Eli, can move around a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a spark to him, and
he's like those guys, but he has legs,
Yeah. Exactly.
He might be the perfect Manning, when he eventually makes
it. Once Caleb Williams is a complete bust and the Bears have a couple more losing seasons, we can.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I was against Caleb Williams, but now I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe it's not him. It's the coaching. He's actually played pretty well. The coaching staff is a total disaster over there, and they fired their offensive coordinator 3 weeks ago, and they fired their head coach last week for good reason.
Yeah.
And I think if he could get, first of all, Kevin Warren, the team president of the Bears, was the president of the Big Ten. He's the guy that had the beef with Jim Harbaugh and suspended Jim Harbaugh. And he's the reason why Jim Harbaugh is not in Chicago. I think Kevin Warren is a complete joke. The fact that the Bears don't have Jim Harbaugh as their head coach is a travesty.
This is why he's probably a libtard. And that's the way they think.
Oh my God.
That's the way they think. But anyway,
Oh boy.
I don't understand it.
Well, I just think he's a bad president.
But Caleb can't throw a deep ball. He's horrible at the deep ball. He reminds me of Jameis Winston 2.0.
Okay, I'm in a disagreement with you on the second part. I agree he needs to work on his deep ball, but he does have a good snap in his throw. But he's nothing like Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is a turnover machine.
Right.
Caleb Williams hasn't thrown an interception in over 200 pass attempts.
That's because
it's a rookie record.
Right. Because 100
Jameis Winston, I picked up in our fantasy league. You know how you got the defensive players in our fantasy league? I picked up every Pittsburgh defensive guy I could pick this week against Jameis Winston. But Caleb Williams does not turn the ball over like Jameis Winston.
200 pass attempts, but 190 of those are screen passes. Just wait until they unleash them with the deep balls more.
Marco, if you watch
the interceptions, will go up.
Marco, I've been against Caleb Williams, but I'm starting to see
my words.
He's thrown some decent balls. The overtime game to get him in position for the field goal, he threw that back shoulder that was beautiful 20 yards down the field. He's made some good.
His interception count will go up once they start opening up the playbook.
I think if they get an offensive line and an offensive coordinator in there, listen, you believe me, I've been vocal. Ask Brad Grabowski, ask everybody else. I've been vocal against him, but now I'm starting to be like, hey, it's not him, it's the coaching. We'll see how it plays out.
There ain't gonna be much change over there. I don't think. I don't think the guy is.
He didn't win in college. That was the one thing I didn't like.
He's not a winner. He's just not a winner.
You know, you could say Mahomes didn't win in college either, although he played for Texas Tech. They had 280-pound linemen at the time.
Right. He holds on the ball too long, and he's too slow. Caleb is not that fast, and he doesn't move around that good. He has like
whoa!
His awareness is bad.
Whoa!
Bad.
I disagree with that.
That guy he waits to the last thing, like. See, like what the difference between him and Justin Fields last year. Justin Fields could wait around to that last second and get out of it and run.
Justin Fields has better wheels. I'm not going to disagree with
but
that.
Caleb Williams waits there for long, and by the time he makes that
I can't believe I'm arguing for Caleb Williams when I've been against him the whole time. But now I'm like, hey, no, maybe not. He moves around in the pocket well. He's actually improvised and done some good things. Now, has he held on to the ball too long? And he's taken some bad sacks here and there. I'll give you that. But when he's been better with the new OC, he's getting rid of the ball in 2.1 seconds as opposed to 3 seconds. So he's getting the ball out of his hands quicker now. We'll see how it plays out, man.
Yeah, here in about 27, they're going to get a new president, new all this. Caleb Williams will be gone. Same old history with the Bears.
Holy cow. I don't know. He's on a rookie contract. He's going to be there for 3 more years. And
that guy has no heart, and he doesn't give a shit. He got paid already. He's done.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I could see it. He's just
and you know what?
He's not a winner, man. He has no fire.
He didn't win in college, but and I've been vocal against him. But as the season has gone on, and I looked at the last 3 weeks against Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit, all 3 games they should have won, it's the coaching staff that let him down. I think he did all he could do to.
Well, Steve, yeah, it was the coaching staff, but that last, when you get sacked, even if I was a quarterback and my coach didn't call a timeout, I would have called one on the field myself. If you're a smart player, that's what you do.
Yeah, but a lot of other people saying that was on the coaching staff. There was a head coach.
It's on both. It's on both. When you're the
offensive coordinator and the head coach.
Yeah,
they got to call that time out there.
Yeah, on the field you're the general. So if
you're when you're a seasoned veteran, I agree. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, they're going to be in more control. He's a rookie. The coaching staff was oblivious. There's a reason why the OC and the head coach is gone in 3 different weeks, and
Well, they all need to go. I mean, the GM needs to go, the president needs to go, and the owners need
That's
to go.
not going to happen anytime soon,
No.
unfortunately.
It's all the Chicago sports teams from the owners and the management. They all suck. All of it.
Well,
Bears. The Cubs
think
are actually all right.
the Cubs have some. Well, Epstein left, and they didn't shore up the bullpen. The White Sox are a joke. Reinsdorf has to just.
Yeah. The Bulls and the White
The Bulls
Sox.
and the White Sox are a joke because of Jerry Reinsdorf.
And the
They have-
Blackhawks. Throw the Blackhawks on
Well,
there.
the Blackhawks just fired their coach. Connor Bedard's frustrated, and that's not good. He's like the greatest talent since like Mario Lemieux, and yeah, they fired their head coach the other day, a couple days ago.
So we got two.
Not head coach,
guys-
but the
we got
coach.
two players in Chicago sports that are the best talents, generational talents, and both coaches get fired.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a story.
All right. Well, good talk,
Oh.
Marco. Let's see how our horse picks go, guys. Let's cash some tickets. I think we had some good content and some horses today. There's no racing tomorrow.
Some tickets.
Come over here, Otso. Tell us.
Alex, come over here. Come on, hurry up. What do you got to tell Uncle Steve-O? Come on.
Let's cash some tickets.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's cash some tickets. All right. All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you
I'll see you guys.
later.
Bye-bye.